Your first time is nerve-wracking. Going to a place you've never been, thinking, will I fit in?
Oh my god, it's him.
I'm actually talking about shooting a fight. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is CP, and I'm a content producer for Europe's leading MMA promotion, Cage Warriors. Today we're going to take a look at my first fight show and then my latest fight show. I'm going to see what the big takeaways are from between the two. I'm going to look at my level of preparation, my camera setup, and post-production, so effectively editing. So if you're a fan of MMA, content creation, or just here for some good stories, be sure to chuck us a like. It really helps us out, and yeah, cheers. So, preparation. I'll be real, I would have loved to have been more prepared for my first fight show. I was there for one of my gym retainers who had a fighter in their gym who was competing for the European title. Fighters are very interesting people in the fact that they don't mess about. So while I wanted to chew the fighter's ear off about travel arrangements and every detail possible, the response I got was,
Hey, don't worry about it, bro. I've sorted it.
So I rocked up to the Immortal Champion show in Clapham with nothing but a tripod. I walked up, gave my name, and to my surprise, they actually had my name on their list at the door. I actually have to thank Josias for pulling through on this one, especially as he got me full backstage access to the show, which allowed me to just explore and just be free to create whatever I wanted. I found myself backstage for the walkout and a very cheeky cage side angle for the event, which was awesome. It was so awesome, in fact, that when I got to that cage side spot, I didn't really move much for the rest of the night, which, looking back, I definitely should have done more of, which is just move around, because effectively I'm getting the same shots as the broadcast, so getting some cool, unique angles would have added a lot more to the video rather than just having my own shot of the fight. Or, knowing what I know now, a shot list would have just solved all of my problems. It's actually one of the first things that one of my mentors told me in our first conversations. Shout out B Figgy. A shot list just gives you clear direction for the show, so that you know that you're getting every single angle, single bit of content that you need for all the work that you're going to be doing in the future. So yeah, if you're going to a fight show, take a shot list. It helped me out nice. So in conclusion, always be prepared. I've just recited like my primary school code of contact. Like, always be prepared. Oh my god, I'm a child. No, but seriously, people underappreciate how much smarter you can seem with 20 minutes of preparation. Be smarter. Alright, moving on to the setup. I definitely felt anxious going into my first show, and there was buckets of imposter syndrome with me holding nothing but a tripod, not even a gimbal, a tripod and a phone on the same thing, just to give it that like look that I'm there to film. Because if I'm kind of running around with an iPhone, I could have been just a fan. But in my head, I was like, if I bring a tripod, I look legit. My setup now obviously has a lot more invested into it, so it is much better. I actually had zero thought when choosing my camera and lens. I had a videography coach at the time, and he literally just said, get a Sony a7S III or an a7S II and a Sigma 24-70. Let's get serious. So I'm like, yes, let's go. Now add some dual akimbo mics to be able to switch between environments, and then have everything on an RS3 Pro. I would usually have like a little light as well, but the location of my light is currently unknown. So yeah, that's it. That's my setup. There are always camera upgrades, and my setup can always be better, as anyone's can, and you can fall into the bottomless pit that is investing in camera upgrades. But the key takeaway is, if you want to shoot something, go shoot it with what you have, because you can ultimately do it on an iPhone. Post-production. It's cool to look back on previous work, and there's probably a million things that I could pull up on my edit that I would do differently. And if I'm looking at the context of my first show in comparison to my latest show, what I'm shooting for is ultimately completely different. But my turnaround time is much better. For my first fight show, I managed to turn around the edit in 6 days, which I'm pretty happy about. It's not horrendous at all. But time is money, and the faster you can get it done, the better. And in the context of my shows in the present day, That can be on the same night, the following day, the following week, or however it fits into the schedule. Ultimately, you just have to get it done. Looking back, it's actually kind of cool that I'm doing exactly the same thing as I am doing now, but just with a shot list, a better setup, and I'm a faster editor. Oh, that is it. That is it. Cut it. So there you have it. Those are my takeaways from my first ever fight show to my more recent shows with Cage Warriors. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button down below. I'm really enjoying doing these at the moment, so I'll definitely be doing more. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you at some point soon.